was out in their numbers, yeah, and I can't read all your comments. I see one comment that the JLP lost 14 seats. Yes, if that is not something to consider, beg your pardon. Of course, I said it during the election night that was a bruising encounter for the Labour Party to have lost 14 seats. Yeah? I would only add to that for context. We were, yeah, if you follow the politics, you were expecting the Labour Party to lose several seats because, as we have been saying, the COVID election, beg your pardon, the COVID election results were something of a fluke. Yeah? We expected the PNP to regain several of its traditional seats, like it did in Western Hanover, it did in Westmoreland, and it didn't in Northern Trelawney, and it didn't in Central Kingston, which students of politics will have to delve into deeper, because while the PNP were successful in regaining some of its traditional seats, it didn't others, such as Northern Trelawney, Central Kingston, Central Manchester. And even in those seats that it regained, its margin of victory was no more than 2 or 3 percentage points. For example, Northeast St. Elizabeth. Yeah? When the PNP is at full strength, Northeast St. Elizabeth is won well in excess of 3,000, 4,000 votes. Zuleika Jess defeated slowly in Northeast and regained Northeast by what? 500, 600 votes. Yeah? And it's a similar case in some other constituencies where the PNP retook, yes, seats that they traditionally win. For example, one of the shocks of the election, the victory of Isaac Buchanan over Anne-Marie Vaz. Yes? Eastern Portland, as Dr. Peter Phillips said famously in the campaign against, in the by-election against Damien Crawford, the PNP is going to win Eastern Portland because it's PNP seat. Isaac Buchanan did climb a mountain. He did climb a mountain to regain it. But what was the margin of victory? Just about what? 200? Just under 200? If the PNP is really back, then it should be winning Eastern Portland by well over 2,000 votes. It didn't. And what is happening is a realigning of the politics on the ground. Yeah? The realignment that is taking place. Yeah? And if you look in some strong PNP constituencies, their share of the vote is decreasing. Yeah? Not to mention the national issue of low voter turnout. But there's a lot to chew on if you watch the politics carefully. All right? Patrick, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Hughes. How are you?
I'm fine.
I want to congratulate, first of all, the Blue Dot team. Although they were not spot on, but they got it right again.
Yes, sir.
And I told you that I believe in the Blue Dot poll. As a matter of fact, the poll before the last one was showing the JLP leading by 4.6, something like that, 4.6%.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have given the JLP 34 seats.
Mm-hmm.
The last poll showed the JLP 13% ahead. And if you look at what happened on election day, there were less than 500 votes that separate the JLP from the PNP in about 7 or 8 constituencies.
Mm-hmm.
and that would have given them the 42 seats, and the blue that poll would have been spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Rain and other issues stopped the JLP from winning those seats.
Mm-hmm.
There were some seats that the JLP was just not organized.
Mm.
The PNP was organized and would maneuver them in certain constituencies.
Mm-hmm.
I think even in East Portland,
Mm-hmm.
we took Isaac Buchanan for granted. We thought Anne-Marie was so far ahead that she could have lost. And if you look at her numbers, she didn't even got the 9,700 vote that she got in the by-election.
Mm-hmm.
She has gotten that 9,700. She would have won by over 600 votes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was the organization on the day.
Mm.
Right? When you look at South Manchester, that Peter Bunting took back from the JLP, he took it by less than 500 votes.
Mm-hmm.
When the PNP is winning South Manchester, they win it by over 3,000 votes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just seeing some figures here. The PNP won 11 seats by less than 1,000 votes.
Yes.
Nikisha
Yes.
Burchell in South St. James, she won by just over 200.
Yes.
Zulika Jess in Northeast St.
500
Elizabeth,
and something.
596.
Yeah.
Bunting in South Manchester, he won by 600 plus.
Yeah.
Richard Azan in Northwest Clarendon won by 500,
Oh, yeah. And let us stop.
499.
Let us stop at Richard Azan. Given that young newbie had to climb a mountain,
Yes.
he was up against a seat where the JLPNP was missing for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he came in about 11 weeks before the general election.
Uh-huh.
And he had to.
Wavell Hines won in Northern Clarendon against Sibley's by only 222 votes.
222 votes.
Dawes in Southeast St. Catherine defeating Big Rob by just under 600.
Yeah.
Yeah? Shaw. Yes? Who is Shaw?
Rosemary Shaw.
Rosemary
in
Shaw.
Yeah, man.
In
East St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. She won by 419.
Yeah.
Buchanan versus Vaz. He won by 135. And Chris Brown in Southeast
19.
won by 19.
Yes.
Perkis versus Brown in Eastern Hanover. She won by 767. So 11 seats by fewer than 1,000 votes
Yes.
could have gone to the JLP.
To the JLP.
And these numbers speak to the realignment that is taking place in the politics.
Yes.
Yeah? And then going forward, yeah, both parties have to double down and make sure that they remain competitive. There's no political honeymoon for anybody here.
No, absolutely not, Mr. Hughes. Absolutely not.
Yeah. On the JLP side, Favor won by 438.
Yeah, but that is, I wouldn't even look at that, Mr. Hughes.
Yeah.
Favor did very well because those are the winning and losing margins on any
Eastern.
side in Eastern St.
Absolutely.
Andrew.
You're
So,
correct.
Yeah.
Tova won by 339 in Northern Trelawney. Rhoda won by 182 in Central Manchester. Crystal Lee in Northwest St. Anne by 562. And Juliet Holness by 866
Yeah.
in East Rural St. Andrew. Yeah. So, it's all to play for. Yeah.
You'll have to look at candidates and organizations on the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what make a difference.
Yes.
And I must take this medium to congratulate Roda Crawford.
Yes.
She was up against it, Mr. Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, she was up against the PNP bigwig, the mayor, Ken, the former member of parliament for Northeast Manchester, Calvin Lynn, who is one of the biggest businessmen in central Manchester. They were all out to get Roda, and Roda stood with our team. And for a year and a half, or 2 years, I came on your program every day, and I said, Roda Crawford is the best member of parliament that central Manchester have ever had.
Yes.
Her problem was she was not doing the political work. And I used her medium to get to her. And a year into the election, she started to do the political work. And it paid off. I keep saying, Roda, if you fix central Manchester as pretty as New York City, and you don't do the political work, you're going to be in trouble.
Yes.
And she understood what I was saying. And she came down and she started to do the political work, which is very important. And she withstood the storm that and everything that was thrown at her in central Manchester. And I must lift my hat off to her. Crystal Lee.
Well, I can tell you before you leave, Roda, I can tell you, both senior Labourites and comrades have been telling me since Wednesday night, Thursday morning, that Roda is a big surprise for them. Of course, everyone is surprised that ISAT defeated Anne-Marie Vaz. But Roda is the one that really surprised everybody because they thought she was a goner.
Yeah.
You know, and she proved her political mettle. Yeah.
And with a young team, because many of us that was with her in 2020 was not with her.
Yes.
Tell you the truth, I was not with her. I was with her 2020. I was not with her 2025. So she did her thing with her team.
Yes.
People like Simon Songster went to Robbie Chin.
Yes.
Who was a part of her team. So she did very, very well.
Yes.
And if you understand the politics and you don't have the experience people on the ground with you, you are in trouble.
Yep.
Politics is not an easy thing, Mr. Youth.
No.
Especially on this election day. I see people win election right up to election night. Election day, you're not organized, and you don't execute, you're going to lose.
What do you think? Hold the line for us, Patrick. Hold the line. Oh, we have an interview at 11 o'clock. Yeah? Well, so let me quickly ask you. Why do you think, what do you attribute Anne-Marie going down to ISAT in Eastern Portland?
I think they underestimate him. They underestimate him and they didn't put out the necessary work. There was 700-800 votes that they could have had on the day.
Yes. And they didn't pull them out. Yes.
They just didn't pull them out.
Okay. All right, Patrick.
Yes, Mr. Yule.
Good. Time for the break.